Two teams in form, Arsenal unbeaten at home and putting that defeat at Liverpool swiftly behind them, and two hat-trick men from Boxing Day. Thierry Henry, who punished Leicester City and took his season's total to 14, and for Sunderland, Kevin Phillips, who hit Bradford for 3 to reach double figures for this season and 100 in total in just 141 appearances in the Sunderland strip. Just one change in the Arsenal lineup from Boxing Day. Ray Parlour moves down to substitute and Fredrik Ljungberg starts. There was some doubt about the fitness of Kanu, but he is fit and plays. Sunderland make two changes. The first one forced upon them. Emerson Thome is suspended, so Stanislav Varga comes into the defence, and Stefan Sports, who's been out for so long with a ruptured Achilles, makes his first start of the season. He, of course, is a former Arsenal player, had a full season here in 94-95. A decade earlier, Niall Quinn was in the Arsenal side, having been promoted from a trainee in November 1983. Graham Barber, the referee, has more than his fair share of injury problems this season. This is only his 7th match. Sunderland playing with the white shirts. First clearance by Vieira, he will hope was not his best. A little untidy, sorted out by Adams, but not completely. Silvino brings final order to what threatened to be chaos. Nice idea. Phillips a bit too sharp for his colleagues, and Adams quicker than any Sunderland player. Arsene Wenger hoping for a rather different day than on the opening day of the season when just about everything went wrong. Kanu. Henry. Little scoop, considerable pace, but an excellent challenge by Craddock. Underrated defender, Jody Craddock, but hurt him a little bit, as you can see. Blocked on the line by Gray, but it was already in, and Patrick Vieira scores the opening goal. Well, he was the man who was sent off on the opening day, so that's nice for him in particular. Who made the challenge? Well, there seemed to be enough bodies there to keep the ball out, but it didn't happen. Patrick Vieira did well. Two were marking him. Clearly the ball was over the line before Gray cleared it. Fine corner by Pires. And he got in front of two men, did Vieira, and that's why Sorensen was not happy. Ljungberg. I think you might say that was a tackle from behind. Taking quickly to Henry. Oh, that's going to set up Pires! Sorensen was quick, but that was a really poor header by Varga. Vieira. Kanu, maybe a difficult afternoon for Varga, and I'm not sure he should be following Kanu all the way down to the halfway line. It's a bit all over the place, Varga. Pires! Oh, and no wonder Sorensen is having a go at his defenders. Had so much time, Pires hit it so cleanly with his favoured left foot. But it's a very worrying opening for Stanislav Varga. Well left by Pires, good play by Craddock, but here's Pires again. And they're outnumbering them. Kanu! Good stop. And Sorensen may well be asking where everybody is. It's 3 against 2 then. And again, this time the header, but the attempt on goal by a man completely unmarked. Shot by Perez, followed by a header by Kanu. Patrick Vieira is a late arrival. Adams pulls away. One of those that looks good if you get it right, and brings cheers of irony if you get it wrong. Not a happy man at the moment, I wouldn't think. Hutchison. Go to the ball, win the ball, or you can, I think, here, and I think it's Pat Rice who's saying it. This is Perez, and this is Henry. Good stop. Came to meet him well, Thomas Sorensen, and he's keeping Sunderland in the game at the moment. Beautiful ball that split the defence. And it was Sorensen's save from the penalty spot against Alan Shearer, which really lit the touch paper of this fine run of 1 defeat in 7. Being well tested by Arsenal in this opening here. Henry, Kanu, and another addition to the sequence of should-have-beens. Kanu well wide. Quinn. Gray in support. This is Ray. Phillips. Hutchison wide. Making coming up as well. Ball given away twice then. Hutchison. And here's Quinn. And the goalkeeper a little lucky with the bounce. And it was too far away for Quinn, but Manninger made it a bit of a meal. Stefanov should have let it run, recovered well, but the danger not cleared. Phillips! Ray to Phillips, over the angle. Good play. Perez, great check out. Oh, twice. And Ljungberg, just a bit too strong. He was there waiting. Possibly as Perez changed feet. Ljungberg again. Oh, beautifully done by Ljungberg. Not the finish yet again. Look at this for Shimmy. Oh, where are you going? Going about the corner flag. I'm going to have a shot at goal, but I'm not going to hit the target. Sports, that fell kindly to Phillips, beautifully played, and beautifully saved too. Great nutmeg by Sports, playing the ball through the legs, and straight to Phillips, and all credit to Manninger. It's a fine save coming forward. Varga. That's a good turn. But then for some reason delayed and forces the error. This is Perez. Still Perez through 2 challenges, and again Sorensen saves the day. It was a fine run that got him through the tackle by Craddock, and the attempted block and the good movement of the left foot saved the day. Schwartz. Overlap from Gray. Still. Alex Ray, shooting chance. Oh, and it was well struck too. but the movement was always away from the goal. Henry from Perez, support arriving, and here's Lee Dixon. Oh, they've so often had a man without a marker, and Dixon couldn't have timed that run better. Always looking in on the move, started by Perez, with the cross coming in from Henry that eluded Ljungberg, but not Dixon, who found the gap between two men on the far post. Kept it down really well. Schwartz, too long. Was it already over? One Swede talking to another Swede, Schwartz and Ljungberg, and Schwartz has got the corner. Macon offering himself on the edge of the area. Corner saved. Quinn. Oh! Well, he was trying to pull the ball down, Quinn, to flick it over his head, and there was a contact of the hand, and as a result of that, the referee has said yes to the penalty award. And Patrick Vieira, scorer of the opening goal, is adjudged to have conceded the penalty. Phillips will take and will score, having missed one last week. Goal number 101. How much has it changed the climate in North London? Really well struck penalty, not a chance for Manninger. And that coming after missing one that would have been his fourth goal at Bradford says something for Kevin Phillips. And suddenly we have a match on. Phillips, still Phillips! Good stop! And then a ricochet off the post! Oh, unreal! Extraordinary! Phillips can't quite believe that he hasn't scored twice in a matter of minutes. Really got down well then, and then it hit Quinn from the clearance and came back off the post. Well, certainly more hope for him now. Peter Reid, Vieira, Perez, good block. Stepanov's in the middle. Adams to collect. Perez. Henry. Good save, Sorensen. Henry has hurt himself in that shot. And as he hit the ball then, I think he just got caught. And he's certainly not feeling too comfortable. Adrian Heath there alongside Peter Reid. Sunderland have 10 minutes to take a point from the contest. Perez. It's good play by Macon. Very good play by Macon. Just formed a barrier for the Frenchman as he tried to find some room every time he found that Macon was in his way. Second chance for Perez. The afternoon has definitely got colder for Arsene Wenger. Adams, Vieira. Caught in possession by McCann. Dicchio. Well won. Vieira again caught in possession. And an instant shot! Oh! Wonderful shot! Patrick Vieira dwelling again. And McCann all smiles as he gets to his feet. Came loose and he hit it first time. It was Ray who made the tackle. And it's 2-2. Really struck it well. Little over 7 minutes remaining. More credit to Sunderland. They've been a different team in the second half, but so have Arsenal. Phillips, yes! Stepanovs didn't make the ball. Oh! And Kevin Phillips, unfortunate not to have scored what might well have been the winner. Complete miss for Stepanovs. The second challenge did just enough. The shot across the face. Didn't miss by much. Difficult spinning ball that Adams does well. And he was pulled a bit in all that too. And the referee shakes his head. Turned away by Dicchio. Two Arsenal players look in from a sitting position. One of them is Adams. I thought they might have had something from Mr. Barber there. Parra to take the corner. Kermondi. Ljungberg. Out again well by Dicchio. Once more from Parra. Every Sunderland player back. 2-2 is the final outcome. Peter Reid with hands to shake. What a comeback and what an extraordinary afternoon for Patrick Vieira. Scored the first goal, gave away the penalty, a pretty harsh one for handball, and then was caught in possession, from which McCann added to the goal scored by Kevin Phillips. 2-2 the final score, and rattling good entertainment it was.
It was a constructive chat at half time, and the players responded ever so well. It's so difficult to come here. You know, they've got world-class players right through the side, but the biggest thing for me is the character me players showed, because it's a long time since Arsenal lost a 2-0 lead at Highbury, so it just shows you what an achievement it was.
I think offensively we were maybe with the 2-1 early on in the second half, we couldn't get out anymore. I don't know, is it a lack of confidence, was it fatigue? It's very difficult to explain, but our game, our fluency, our passing, our movement disappeared in the second half. I think it's a little bit psychological and as well a little bit physical.
But for you, Arsenal would have been out of sight.
Yeah, I had a few good saves in the first half, and that's just my way of helping the team, and we got the strikers.
Did your job.
Yeah, I did my job, and you know, we got the strikers in the other end who can finish it off, and they proved today they're good enough, and defence stood well in the second half and made it easy for me.
Going, 2-0 up, it was. I thought we deserved to be 2-0 up, to be fair, but didn't perform in the second half. It was as simple as that, and they deserved the point.
I thought you should have been 6-0 up at half-time.
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing really well at home. We've been a sort of Jekyll and Hyde team at the moment, really good at home and not so good away. But the second half performance today wasn't good enough, and we got what we deserved, really, and perhaps lucky to get the point in the end.
Trevor, you were shivering in the stand at Highbury today. It was a brilliant but yet bizarre game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was cracking match to watch. Great, terrific entertainment. The first 45 minutes, Arsenal's forward play. Pires was outstanding. I thought Henry, his movement is terrific. I'd love to play with him as a midfield player. He's offers so many targets. His acceleration. And 2-0, well, could have been 5 or 6. Sunderland, to their credit, they come out in the second half. They had just a 15-minute spell. They needed to score. Right? A dubious pen, I think, but they were certainly deserved to get a goal during that period. And then, of course, it gets all a bit anxious. and suddenly you think Arsenal weathered the storm. A great goal from Gavin McCann, and thoroughly deserves to get a point from any game.
You called it a dubious penalty decision, but it turned the game, didn't it? Really. So we better have a look at it.
Yeah, I mean, Vieira actually figured quite prominently in the second half. This is one of those. All right, he's a big lad and he always has his arms out, but Noel Quinn's trying to hook it over him, and he actually just hooks it against his arm, and I just think he's very unlucky to get that decision. You got to say Graham Barber was very close to the action. Got that goal back, and then Vieira, so uncharacteristic twice, loses it there to McCann, who eventually scores the goal. He's played out wide. Dicchio looks as if actually they've got possession again. Grimandi should have knocked it down the line. Arsene Wenger wasn't happy. He knocked it back inside, and wasn't happy to see Vieira dwell on it again the second time in 30 seconds.
What a goal, though.
Fantastic try. I was right behind that. From the minute it left his foot, and it just curled into the angle of the goal, the last 3 yards. The keeper had no chance. Great strike.
And Kevin Phillips back on form.
Yeah, I think with New Year coming, and certainly England games, a lot of talk at the moment. I mean, Heskey, I think, looks to be the striker who's going to play with him, and I think Kevin Phillips at the moment is running into form. And today he could have had another hat-trick. He scored the hat-trick against Mr. Penn. Today showed that character to get the penalty, but I thought his movement, his build-up play has improved this season. There you see him just dropping off. He knows Quinn is one of those strikers he loves to play, but saw that very early, and Maniga wouldn't have got there, just over the angle. This is one, again, he probably feels that he should have scored from in the penalty area, got it on target. Maniga stood up well, but again, I just think he's looking sharp, he's looking confident, he's making those little scampering runs into the box, and again tries to place that wide with Maniga. Late on he had one across the face of the goal. To get those many chances at Highbury is unusual. I just think he's sort of showing the form that perhaps has been missing the first 3 or 4 months of the season, but of course he was so prolific last year.
What is it with Arsenal? I mean, you both have a view on this, but I mean, they're so good yet so inconsistent. You look at them in the first half, and I went to see them play Leicester the other day, and you think they're invincible. They should be right up there challenging.
Defence is wilting a bit, I think, don't you?
Yeah, I think, and also, whereas you had the protection when Petit was there, Petit and Vieira in front of the back four. I mean, imagine playing behind those every week. Fantastic. Obviously, Petit's now gone to Barcelona. Vieira's missed a lot of games as well. Makes a big difference. They're just starting to creak in 1 or 2 defensive areas for me, because going forward on the day, irresistible.
And it's away form, Gary. They're at Charlton on New Year's Day. Big game, away game, against a side playing very well, and that'll be an interesting test, because Henry looks as if he might be out.
Okay. Go into the new year with an 8-point lead. Arsenal missed out on a chance to close the gap, letting that 2-goal lead slip against Sunderland. 3 points for Ipswich moves them above Sunderland, while Leicester and Liverpool didn't play. But the day's big movers were Charlton, who climb into the top half of the table after beating Manchester City. No game today for Bradford, who now find themselves 7 points adrift. Manchester City have won just once in 11 games and slip into the relegation places for the first time. Terry Venables continues to inspire Middlesbrough. They're unbeaten in the last 4. Derby and Coventry are just a point clear of the bottom 3.